What's your deal breaker, and can you take cheating?
No, it's. I feel like cheating has to be one of them.
Cheating is a mistake. We all make mistakes.
Just slip and fall inside the vagina. How is that a mistake?
I'm just gonna go with sapiosexual, right?
Okay.
Or should we go from where we were just even
like
off?
how important are like aesthetics to you in a relationship?
Let's go with
let's go with that.
Yeah. I think for me, aesthetics is important. Maybe not so much facially, but I have to find something about you attractive. Like,
of course,
if you might not be like, you might be a beast, but let's say you got nice teeth and you got dimples. Who is it? No, but I'm saying like he might not be the most facially attractive, but he might have like a beautiful smile, dimples. I have to find something about you attractive. So aesthetics, like facially or attractiveness, I need to look at you and be like, yeah, I like the way he smiles. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, he has big eyes. He's so cute.
Yeah.
And then like physique. Yo, I'm not trying to be here looking like your sugar mommy. Like, it made me feel like a small princess.
You know, that's something I can't really
like
I personally, I've always been like attracted to like taller. And like, I mean taller, like 6'5", 6'7", like taller people.
Okay.
I know that there's also something about it because I'm a big person and I'm not also short. So I don't want to be with you and somebody's like, I opened the door for mommy, Abby. Is that your sugar? Because I'm a small girl now. It's just big body. Small girl, big body. It's like
Nigerians like to throw that shit. So I'm like, oh, excuse me, man.
Hey. For me, I feel like as much as it boils down to like, you know, the physical part of everything, right? I am still very much in tune with what doesn't change. What doesn't change? Your body's gonna change. Your hair is gonna change.
Not even
a lot of things are
your
gonna
mind change. You grow.
But I want to be with someone that I know that look, you can call me up and be like, yo, what are we doing tonight? Let's just open a bottle of wine and just drink and let's just talk and stuff like that. Like things that wouldn't change. I want to be with someone that I know that your company and your companionship is something that I would not be able to find anywhere.
So aesthetics is a no. So if you
aesthetics is a yes, but
rate it over 10. How important are aesthetics to you? Like you want to have a physically attractive partner. But then you know there's difference having aesthetics. Like it's one thing for someone to be attractive on their own.
Yeah.
People like I think aesthetics for me is how attractive are you guys together?
Yeah. Like I mean physically, yeah, obviously, yeah, some things just count. Like maybe I might be naturally prone to like girls who are like just maybe look. I actually don't even care because I don't know because that's what I mean when I say I really don't have a type.
Because I think everybody inherently has a type, to be honest.
So if they gave you 3 girls who looked exactly the same, same personality, same everything, all across all boards, but one was white, one was light skin, one was black, you'd say that you're attracted to all 3 of them equally.
White, light skin, and black, bruh. If they have the same personality, if they have
3.
Bruh, and they
exactly the same. They literally close to each other.
If you could build your own,
I'll literally take all of them.
All of them.
I'll literally take any of them.
Just pick out of a hat.
I believe that if you could build your own person, that's when you'd realize what people's types are. Because like, even as much as I say, oh, I don't have a type, if God gave me clay and said, okay, build your person, I know what I'm going for physically.
You're gonna be tall.
I like that, you know.
Pick me up.
Baby, I can't reach that. I can't reach the shelf.
You just open your
They're not back me up. Baby, I can't reach the shelf. You're not back me up.
If I can reach, I don't want to. I like to feel like, I don't know, for guys, I like to feel like small and petite. I like to feel like my man, I can stand behind like,
yes,
I'm behind my man. What you saying? I like to feel like, oh, he's got me. I'm protected,
like,
and
so he's
like a little
way taller than
princess.
You
my boobs in front.
That's right.
Hold on to his arms.
So I believe you could build your own partner. That's when you realize that people actually do have a preference.
Yeah, that's if you could build, but you can't.
What is something you cannot tolerate in a partner? Like, this is a no-go for you. Like,
lack of communication, cheating, lying.
Jesus.
Wow. Not being available. Or having a list.
Damn.
Lack of communication,
like the
cheating.
the two
Let's do 3.
What's the ultimate? Let me just say, what's the ultimate deal breaker?
Ultimate, like,
what's
deal breaker.
The one thing deal breaker?
I mean, cheating for me is a deal breaker. So no. Like, I
in
will
this
not,
Nigeria,
I will not see it.
Yeah.
I would.
Can you take it?
I will not, because if you can cheat on me, you want to kill me.
Can
you
want
me to
it?
die.
Can I take cheating?
Can you take cheating?
I can't.
Can you take it?
I feel like let me be honest. It's easier to say no. Obviously nobody wants to be cheated on.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. Like, we all don't want it. However, I do feel like there's stages in your life where it's never understandable, but it can be forgiven because what else is to risk? I feel like if I'm married and we have kids and stuff, and sometimes, whether you like to admit or not, when you do have external people in the relationship, for example, kids, sometimes if it's something you know that you can work through and they're genuinely sorry and it's like, you know what, I made a mistake, whatever, I want to work through and try better. I feel like you have to put I don't want to say pride, but you have to just think of, are you at lost or is it a pro? Like, and remember, we're all humans. Cheating is a mistake. We all make mistakes. I feel like we all make mistakes.
Did you slip and fall inside the vagina? How is that a
No,
mistake?
I'm not saying that you didn't know. But remember, sometimes we intentionally make mistakes. Like, we intentionally lie.
Oh my God.
Like, we're not perfect. We have to remember that as humans, we're not perfect. We are born flawed. So sometimes we intentionally make mistakes, and sometimes we might even know what it is at a loss, but it's sweet. You know, like when a mosquito bites you, you know you shouldn't scratch it because it will scar your leg will be ugly, but you just it's suiting you to scratch it. So I feel like cheating can be like that sometimes. Can I forgive it? Honestly, I've never been cheated on, so I can't even comment. I don't want to fathom it, and I don't want to think about it, because that one day I know for sure my crazy side will come. Like, you go think I'm crazy for real. I can't. I want to say yes or no. I can't. I don't know. Like, I actually don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
I thought about it. I sat down and thought about it. Children or no children, to be very honest, because if I'm in a relationship, I mean, it's 100%. Like, I'm committed to you. Nobody else, unfortunately for me, I'd say, especially being in this Lagos, when I'm attracted to a person at a time, I'm only ever attracted to you. No matter, like, whoever else is coming, no matter what they're bringing.
You've never been in a situation, you've never been like, that's my man, but he's
poking my interest. When I'm with you, like, you're all I see. Like, that's it. I don't find anybody else attractive.
So your breakups are real hard.
So if I can bring that kind of energy to a relationship, actually, and you tell me, oh, you're cheating on me, it's a deal break. I will not, I will leave.
Somehow. Because I feel like,
wait, what's your deal breaker, and can you take cheating?
No, I feel like cheating has to be one of them. Yeah, cheating has to be one of them, because I feel like I'm someone who, you know, my pastor would say, God is the only person that loves us enough for the two of us. You're human. Regardless of how God has taught you to love and everything, you should, but the fact that you're a human, you just can't, right? So I naturally would forgive anything. I would forgive you slapping me on the face. I will forgive you. It has, like, it don't happen before. Like, I don't. Yeah, it don't happen before. Well, if I say I will forgive you slapping you on the face, just don't say person don't slap me for face and I don't forgive them before. That's just how it is.
I'm scared.
You understand? So I would forgive all of that, but one thing I know that I would really not take is looking stupid. Right?
Disrespect.
Because the fact that
cheating is disrespectful.
Cheating is the ultimate disrespect. Like,
period.
Because I know for a fact that in a relationship, I put my relationship out there, and I use it as a tool, a disciplining tool for myself. I'm like, my girlfriend is out there. I can't claim to anybody that I am single. So that whole single, I'm a single guy, supposed to get
you're taking it out of it already, that excuse.
Do you understand? So automatically I know I don't have that card to play anymore. So that is me actually saying, okay, you know what? I want to put this thing out there to say, okay, set this as a boundary for myself. So imagine if you are doing that, and for me, no offense, I feel like cheating is not actually when you don't go do the deed. No offense.
There's emotional.
That's not it for me.
Yeah.
Like, the moment you can conveniently, comfortably do some of the things, in fact, 60 up to 60% of the things that I know that you naturally want to do for me, do for somebody else.
Actually, right now, I feel slightly triggered.
So, I mean, you've cheated on.
No.
I get what I'm saying.
Not that I know of, but like all these things that you're saying, it's just making me think that somebody I could have been with could have done all these things to me, and it's just making me feel, because
it's just the truth. It's just the truth. So I would not want that. I would want to be in a room, and if someone would say, naturally, if I'm the guy that will pick up a glass, I want to, if I have a girlfriend, I'm very arrogant. I'm sorry, I'm arrogant as fuck.
That's mine.
I'm arrogant as fuck. Like, don't even fucking talk to me in the club. Don't dance to me in the club.
That's the energy I want from my man. Don't talk to anyone.
That is my energy.
Let me be honest.
So
you only follow two people on Instagram.
I'm in a room,
mommy,
right? And let me say there are 4 girls and my girlfriend is there. And naturally, I'm the guy that will pick up the cup as soon as she's done with the drink, right? I'm like, let me get you another one. If any girl send me that message for that, are you crazy? Me, take your cup, go get your drink. How?
Even when I'm not there,
that's
please.
Just me.
When I'm there, when I'm not there, don't talk to any stranger.
Just me, like, that's just my energy. So the moment I see that you can't be like saying, "I me they carry like that." You know, they carry. Come on, now.
Like, it's not even.
Why?
It's not even balanced. It's not balanced. I just want, like, I like somebody who is like, I'm going to be 100% committed.
Yeah.
I don't want 99.9. I want that same 100. I want it to be equal. I want it to be even. Like, bring in the same energy that I'm bringing. Bring even more self to the table that I'm bringing. Because how will I be giving you my all and you're out there finding other people attractive? Don't do that now.
So, that doesn't work. And I guess it's my turn now. But You'll have to find out later. So I want to introduce you guys to TNC, Terms and Conditions, Season 2. My name is Sayo.
My name is Neo Mobile Akpofure. That name is so long and sweet.
Wow. My name is Sayo.
My name is Neo.
I'm Oyindachekwas, Oyindachekwas. Yoruba name.
My name is Sayo. It's just Sayo. So yeah, guys, welcome to Season 2 of TNC. And we are your new hosts.
Yeah, we're your new host.
That's right.
So,
Oh man, that felt so good.
How'd you feel when they asked you?
I'm just saying, like, that felt really
Yeah.
sweet to say, I'm your new host. Like,
That's right. I'm your
wow.
new host.
What's up?
Like,
Pull up.
what's
Yeah.
up?
I'm your new host. Doing host duties.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It feels good. Like, I know I've always wanted to be on, like, maybe not a podcast regardless, but I always wanted to talk. I always wanted to be on something. Like, people just naturally know I like to talk. I like to say things. And the thing is, it's not like I have so many things to say, but I feel like in this my life, if I open it as a book, like, it's just plenty gist.
Yeah, I love
is
that.
plenty
I love that.
And then I love to gist. So, and it's a win-win for me. I loved it. I was glad. I was excited when I got the email. I was glad signing every form, and it was amazing. It's just good to see that we're finally here.
I said,
love that too.
like,
No,
when I got the message, I got a message like, Host Nigeria. So I was like, sorry, do you have the right number? I was like,
Check again.
Are you sure you messaged me back? And they're like, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's you that we want to like this year. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. Hi.
Check
I was
again.
okay.
I
And I was like, so like, I mean, I'm not very big on socials per se. So I was like, how do you know I like to talk? Or my mouth is. What's word you said? Controversial. I was like, I don't like that word. Say peculiar. I feel like
peculiar.
I'm a bit
Different.
peculiar. Yeah, like my upbringing, everything. So I'm a bit different. The way I think is different, just because my experience is different. So when I got that message, I was like, okay, God, is this my next calling? Is this you?
Yeah.
Like, is this a sign?
It seems like it. It seems like it.
Yeah, like
seems
it's just so like, how many people are there in Nigeria? And then
you.
Exactly.
Amy Lefe, like,
For sure.
hi,
I love
what's
that.
good?
I think
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
that
energy
energy
So
too.
yeah,
That's kind of how I felt as well, because I've always liked, because having a podcast, I've always like thought about like having a podcast, so just like something where I can just sit down and talk to people, because I feel like there's so many things going around and we need people to actually voice out some things and like have different kinds of opinions. So when they reached out to me, I'm like, yes, this is a large platform where I can actually come, and all these things in my head that I've been too behaved to say, or I've been too, I'll get around to it. It's finally come, and now we can talk and then like share opinions and like, I like talking as well. I like being able to talk. I like being able to gossip and gist. That was saying, I like to gossip. That would be nice. I say gossip. I like to gist. I can be on the phone with my friend like 2-3 hours while saying this stuff. This person has posted. Have you seen this person said?
I love to gist.
I love
it.
it.
To be fair,
I love
this is
it.
good. It's
So
good
everybody
for the
loves
soul.
to gist here.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
What's one thing? Or apart from gisting, what's another thing? You guys love to eat? Because I
I'm
love
a
to eat.
foodie,
Yeah,
oh,
foodie. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
See, my friend says,
I
food
love
So
to
we
doesn't
love
mean
to
to
eat. We
kidnap
love
me.
to. All right,
I
cool.
love to eat.
We're like this.
Hang out
We
will be
mesh
nice.
well.
Hang out will be
I
nice.
love
I love
to
to
So,
eat.
but I feel like we all have different opinions, so it'll be interesting. So I think let's do our first topic, which is who defines modesty, right? Or is it what? Is it
What
what?
defines?
Fake.
Should we do fake life first?
Yeah.
Or should we do fake life?
Yeah.
That's
let's
that
do
fake
it.
life to give
I think
us
I
that.
want to do the vim.
Yeah.
What is the line between fake life and packaging? Like, would you say there is a clear? I think there's a clear difference between both of them, but
I think it's a very thin line because, like we said, a lot of things are subject to context. So when things are subject to context, I think there's a gray area. There's a thin line between packaging and like it's there, but it's thin. Like the thin line between love and hate is there, but it's very, very thin because what might be fake life in this context, in the next context, you might put it as packaging. Like, you know, like we had a discussion
so
about
perspective and background is
perspective
relevant
and context
too.
is very relevant because if I come up here today and I say, okay, fine, I'm presenting myself as this type of person because, say I need to get this job and I know that this is what they're looking for, but I don't have it, but I need the job, then packaging, rebranding or branding myself. But then if I come up in that same context and I do the same thing that I did, but this context is because, I want everybody to think, this baby's boxed up, she has money, she's this, OBO type of thing, then that's a fake life.
I feel like you're defining fake life in like two the same scenarios.
Yeah.
But for me, I'll tell you as a guy, and I'll tell you as a guy that packages. Fake life is totally different from packaging. Number one, fake life. For me, like this one not for me. Fake life now, number one, you're claiming to have things you don't have.
But
You're
how am I
straight.
claiming it? Is it based on me telling you, or
Yeah,
you
it could be-
thinking? Because you
yeah,
know it's
no, that's-
relative.
no,
So
definitely
you have to
thinking.
pull out, like, am I
Definitely
responsible
thinking.
for what you think that I do?
No. Like for instance, we're talking earlier about someone that would go and take a picture in first class
Oh,
when you
yeah.
actually didn't buy a first class,
Yeah.
right?
But we got to the same
But
destination.
yeah, that is definitely fake life. But
Uh-huh.
now let me put it in like packaging from like a guy's side of
Perspective,
view.
yeah.
Now, you day uni, your parents will send you 30,000 naira for allowance, alawi. You understand? That alawi now, say from that alawi now you need 10K to chop food. You need like another 10K for transport. Then maybe the remaining 10K will just be like miscellaneous or whatever. But now, instead of you to say, okay, you want to do things the proper way and save this money and use it for what it's supposed to be used for, you can't say no. Leave that food.
I want to ball
I want to ball
on
small
30K.
on 30K. I want to take this girl out,
God forbid
make her
30K
feel like
balling,
say,
abeg.
so that she will feel all right.
Yeah.
Let me starve myself of something. That is, to me, that's packaging. That's you actually you saying, okay, you know what? I don't want to, it's this one, I don't have money for this thing. I know I don't need to buy this shoe right now, but guy, if I buy this shoe, hey, if I wear around with this outfit, I will look some kind of way. You will take your own money, go buy that shoe. Now, that money could be something that you're supposed to use to eat for like 1 week. You could starve yourself for 1 week to buy that shoe. That is packaging. I encourage packaging.
I love it.
Package, because if you don't
I'll
package,
do it for you.
no, because you have to be able to
Yeah.
package. You have to tell yourself that, okay, you know what? Starve yourself from here. I want to be able to do something and be
Give or
happy about.
take.
But that fake life now.
Never buy the shoe.
Wait, you don't even get the money to buy the shoe.
One.
One. You don't even get mama or papa will go send you
Send you
money
30K
set to even
alawi.
give you 30K alawi. Two. But you say, okay, you know what? Make I go borrow my guy shoe.
Yeah.
Claim say na my shoe.
Fake.
Borrow money from this guy. Carry this. Do you understand? I see. You
Well,
know,
can I ask
Okay.
you? I want to ask
It's
a
the
question
difference
now.
for
See
me.
that
Yeah.
thing of claiming and not. That's why I
Yeah.
said our perspective is very different. Okay, now, because as I'm sitting down here, this thing I'm wearing, everybody like,
Thinks,
or I'm
yeah.
assuming it's like you assume it's mine. Okay, what you're wearing, I'm thinking, okay, yes, you're wearing it yours.
Yeah.
What if it's actually not mine? Am I obligated to come out
no,
and
that's
say,
I feel like you.
this
This is
where it starts from-
packaging.
it
This is
starts from you.
packaging. It was
It starts from
Because
you.
that
But
if
I
he
feel
borrows
like-
his friend's shoe, he borrowed his friend's shoe now.
No,
he
but
didn't
you-
go there and tell the babe that this is my cake. Except if it's okay, this is my cake. So I got it for
No,
like
that's the
75.
thing.
blurring
It
these
start-
lines
yeah,
there.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
blurring-
yeah, that's it.
You're
The truth is-
So the line is
No,
very,
the thing is,
very thin.
it starts from you.
Yeah.
You are the
I feel
lie
like-
and the truth to tell yourself. Do you
Yeah.
understand? If I
wisdom,
get
I'm sorry. Moments of silence for that wisdom, please.
so because if you intentionally take the money now, like with the 30K, whatever the example we're making, if you take that money and say you want to buy the shoe, right? You will feel the pain of using that money to buy the shoe. But the person that is going to take it from someone else to wear it as his own doesn't feel nothing. You haven't invested anything. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So packaging is very much like you depriving yourself of what you are supposed to do, probably like with the small money you have. But then because you want to smell nice, you say, fuck that.
Okay, let me flip it for
fuck
you
that.
this
But
way.
yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let me flip it for you now. So if you're a girl, right? Let's say you're going out on a date. You met a guy in a club.
Mhm.
He dropped you home. He dropped you home in his, let's even say in his Mercedes
Yeah,
4x4.
GLA,
GLA, nice car.
Talk to me nice.
That Yoruba boy smell.
Leather,
like
you know what I mean? Like
you
when you enter, you can smell
Yeah.
so you can smell the leather. His
Yeah.
cologne, wow, his
I love
cologne is
it.
still in your
Some
brain 2
sweet-
days later.
Oh,
And then he's like, I
nice.
want to
I
take
still
you out
smell
to
you on my
dinner.
clothes.
Yeah, you know when you flick your hair, you're like, oh, God, is that you?
Oh my god! Oh my
And
god!
so like he wants to take you out on a date, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I want to take you. Let's somewhere. I want to take you to Cali,
Yeah.
right? Now on a normal day, let's say that.
Yeah.
I don't know you use anybody's school.
Yeah.
Let's say you're just a normal babe. You don't even wear designer. You
Yeah.
you don't know Dior from Fendi from. Is it Gucci?
Yeah.
You don't even know anything.
Ushala.
You're just a regular babe.
Yeah.
But as this guy has dropped you home, you seen his spec. Like you're looking at this H. That's this H on the zipper. You think, see, this is expensive. His watch, is that a Hublot or Rolex? You shall know that is something that
Yeah.
It's
is-
sparkling.
You've even remembered some of the names, the perfume
yeah,
that he
and
wore in
you've
the car.
Googled it,
You're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you Googled it. Whoa,
Oh, I
wow.
do that.
1 year
Actually.
salary. Whoa. Do you know what I mean?
So you
And then
do
he
that
asked
too?
us to take you on
You
a
do
date.
that?
right?
So I want to know, like, if I don't know it, I'll Google it.
Okay.
Yes, no, you should
I
fair
don't want to
enough.
look
Google.
foolish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He wants to take you out on a date, right? And
Yeah.
then you tell your friend, oh, Sheg wants to take me out today. He wants to take me to Cali. You as a normal girl, you just wear your normal basic market dress and your normal basic shoe.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you have.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going out with as we say,
Lagos
a
big
rich
boy.
person, a rich.
Yeah.
Let's even say let's not say Lagos big boy because it sounds like he's not legit. Let's say he's a
true,
legitimate
true.
somebody.
Like old money, equate type old money guy.
Like let's say he's a lawyer, international, or he's in oil and gas. Yes, a decent guy. You Googled him, his name. He actually owns his company. He's legit.
He's dope. Yeah.
You tell your friend, I'm going on a date with this guy, and they're like, oh, you want to dress like this?
Okay.
Let me give you my wear my,
Now.
Fendi shoes.
That's happened a lot.
Have my
actually.
Dior bag, do this. But is that now packaging or is that fake life? Because wait. Because remember, with these type of things, a lot of the times, what the scenarios that you mentioned are based on first impressions.
Exactly.
So your first impression of him taking you to this, I remember Cali as well, is not even a normal place. It's not like he's taking you to Olaya.
It's a 150K
He's taking you to
restaurant. Yeah, we know that.
Wow,
it's a 150K budget restaurant.
Like, he's taking you to, and you know, Cali, there will be hella disrespect to you at the door, like, yo, bounce. He's taking you somewhere. So friends like, sis, you can't wear your, market dress or whatever. Do you persist to go as yourself, or do you package, or is it fake
Should
life?
I go first before you?
No, you go first. I'm interested in what you think about that.
What?
Be honest, so my wine was...
You know the funny thing? I have to say I'll be the only guy for this show. So I will give you now my undiluted side of things. Now, what happened to the girl that the guy met on the first day at the club? That's
what was she dressed like?
What happened? I'm just asking. What happened to that girl?
But if you're also going to the club as well, you're not dressing like,
No, but I feel like in the club, it's easier to get away with not
doing.
You can just wear a simple black. You can wear this backless dress, and you can wear heels and be okay. But it's at night. Club lights are dark. Like, I feel like realistically,
I'm not even talking about what you're wearing. What happened to the girl? Like the girl that was able to
Is he really gonna ask you what do you like? You've had
how many people actually have proper conversations in the club?
Yeah,
like,
he's someone in the club. So want to give him your number.
But I'm like, if you have to go out on a date with a guy
in the daylight where he can see you clearly and check your own wristwatch as well.
I'm screaming.
Okay, maybe I'm talking too much from my. I'm not talking from like the general side of.
No, give your perspective.
Because from my side, right?
Yeah.
You have to, like, the moment I want to see you again, it's almost like I want to be sure that you were the first person I met before. I met earlier, right? So if you're coming off with the energy of you trying to like impress me, naturally I'm impressed. That's why I want to take you out on a second date. So taking it too far. You are just, to me,
is she taking it far, or is she trying to, like I said, first impression?
If you have to break your back to want to impress another person, impress yourself first.
What if that is
so
impressing
wait,
herself?
1 second.
Oh, is that impressing herself? Oh yeah, if that's her impressing herself by taking her friend's clothes
like, the thing is, like you
and
said,
taking her friend's hair and taking
I
the friend's watch.
I don't like how you're putting that.
I'm saying it because if that's what she's doing to impress herself,
that's shady.
That's fine. I mean, that's what you're doing to impress yourself, Abby.
So you're saying, let me hear this right.
I'm being honest.
You're saying you would date a regular girl who's never heard of designers before, just regular.
Baby, I got the money. What the fuck is the designers? If I like you, I'll put that thing on.
Okay.
Do you understand? If I like you, I'll put that thing on.
Like, good. So if you like her, you put it on her. Why can't she put it on herself?
So you're happy if she's just a regular schmegular.
Maybe like I said, she's not there yet.
I don't believe you because especially guys, like the
Nigerian men are very aspirational. They like to think they can do this.
It's not aspiration. No. It's not like
the reality of it is different.
Me. But I'm not sure that I want on this show because the way I go to tell her these things.
No, I'm interested in knowing. Honestly,
I don't believe you.
As far as let me put myself in the same shoes, right? If I'm going to see, let's say I'm going to see one billionaire now just called me. We're supposed to have a meeting. Oh, Neo, come through. Now, first of all, I know say I get close, right? And then I might say, okay, you know what? This guy, I want to do something. I want to get something fresh. Now, the reason I'm getting something fresh is so that I can look as good as I want to look to see this person. Not that I'm buying the outfits to look good for this, because the person you're even trying to meet in the first, if you understand that the guy is already on this level, you should know that whatever you're actually trying to get might still not impress him. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I get you now. So for you, packaging is coming from yourself.
Exactly.
Fake life is others having to still
do it for yourself.
I mean,
first.
to be
honest,
what I think, like in that scenario that you gave and all of this and all of that, now we've already established now, okay, because there's the angle of the guy is all boxed up, he looks nice, he looks presentable.
Exactly.
You personally, you want to look presentable, and the place you're going to requires you to look presentable too. Let's not take
Yeah,
that out.
that's why
Yeah,
it goes on
If I pull up
location.
there wearing maybe, let's say, basic ass
If it's
Crocs
on
and
there,
something
I
else,
wouldn't
you
wear
guys, I pull
slides.
up
Like, it's
wearing
not
this
a
and
serious
that.
thing.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
now the thing is, okay, you want to look good, you want to look nice. That's why I said that the line is very thin between fake life and packaging.
It's how far
because
you go.
It's honestly because if I'm presenting myself as, okay, this is my lifestyle, it's on a regular. It's on a regular that this is, and I'm presenting it to be my own. Obviously, if I'm coming out in a wig that's not my own, I'm not telling you that this wig is not my own. You would assume that the wig is my own.
Yeah.
But if I now maybe go proper, oh yes, I got this from this person so and so hair store. It was about 350k, was about this and that. That's when you're living a fake life. But if you're just wearing your wig and you're going, I think it's fine. And then down to this girl
If
scenario,
you're wearing
it's
your
like,
friend's wig, be specific about that one. If you're wearing
but
your
it's
friend's
wig,
wig.
but it's wig now.
Okay,
Oh,
alright.
wig now.
Because
Now.
if I
no.
can't,
See,
because if I can't ask you now, I
hair
come
cost,
like,
let me
hey
apply
babe, I
hair
love that
cost.
your hair from the first day. Can you wear it on tomorrow? What are you gonna say?
She will dispatch it to me.
No. If you cannot tell me now that it was your friend's wig,
Why I go tell you say that my
then
friend
forget
wig?
about it. What the fuck are you doing in my car?
Tell you-
What the fuck are you doing in my car?
He already kissed me at the car. He already kissed me at the car.
No, if you not gonna tell me saying that your friend wig, what are you doing
Okay,
in my
what
car?
if my hair was being laundered and they didn't deliver it in
Baby,
time?
tell it to me. Tell me that your hair was being laundered and they couldn't deliver on time, so you had to wear your friend's wig. That's why you're here wearing your friend's wig. But don't come and make me, because now waiting they put him for a while.
Men
like
are
that.
scary, you're
Do you know-
scary.
No, it's not men are
Wallahi.
scary. I will not, I won't go see girl. I go come borrow car.
So you're not even gonna take in perspective that she's trying to put her best foot forward
No, it's not like
for not just for the date, for the
Listen, to be
location.
very
Remember,
honest,
location
see,
also matters.
If you
Yes.
come, listen, that's the thing. Maybe I'm just wired totally different.
It's
right?
neither now.
Maybe I'm just wired.
Open
See,
up for
I
you.
want to go there with the girl, and they bounce her. Yes. Let me go there with the girl and they say, oh, sorry, sir, the girl you came in cannot go in.
No, I mean,
Then
I'm not
first of
going
all-
anywhere that they will bounce me.
No,
sha.
I will
I will
get
not dress
there.
anyhow to
Then
anywhere
let
that
it
they will
happen like
bounce me,
that.
sha.
Then let me now say, for what? This is my guest. She has to come in with me. If she's not coming in, I'm not coming in. The two of us will bounce to go to another restaurant. Guess what?
Obviously, you're going to another
That's what I'm
restaurant.
saying. But guess
you,
what?
You
that
don't
would
realize
make
how embarrassing.
See,
embarrassing it will be.
listen, I understand that it could be embarrassing, but trust me.
Embarrassing. It's like
Embarrassing
someone
for who? Like that's the thing. People want to get validation from like the
That's
wrongest.
what I'm asking. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever
They
gone
don't
to
bounce
some...
me for club now. I
sorry,
mean, back in the
bad boy.
day.
Yeah, back
you
in
know,
the
back in the day. You
I went to
understand?
somewhere, right, and they were like, "Oh, you can't wear slippers." And I told the guys, like, "You have eyes, right?" I said, "You have eyes, right?" So I said, "You use those eyes to look me up and down and tell me that I can't wear slippers." I said, "First of all, my slippers cost." I was like, "First of all, it's not like I'm wearing Chalet Wattes or bathroom
Shades,
slippers."
some
Right?
designer
Not
slippers.
even designer slippers. I said, "The same eyes you looked me to go up and down. You can see that my ankles were swelling. You
Okay,
can
so
see
you
that
actually
I'm
couldn't
actually
wear.
injured.
Yeah.
So you want me to wear heels for what? So I can die on my way up your stairs?" Like I said, that's what I said. Those same eyes that you used to look at my slippers, you saw that my leg was so yes, I can see.
So
I said,
look at the swelling as
So
well.
look at the swelling.
Yeah.
In fact, I should ask for you guys to carry me up to where I'm going because what you're saying doesn't make any
Makes sense.
sense.
For me, I just feel
But
like
that's different.
everything-
That embarrassment
it
I
has to
felt and I
start
was
with
injured.
honesty.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. For me, I'm very huge on honesty.
It's not.
Like,
I don't think it's
honesty is
being. That's why I
one
said I
thing
don't
that-
think it's being dishonest. See, there's one
Just-
thing. Presenting yourself in a certain type of way and lying are two different things. That's why I said the difference between packaging and fake life. If I'm pulling up, I'm not gonna tell you, okay, this wig is not my own because it's not a valid
It's not
conversation.
relevant.
It's
No,
not relevant.
not,
And if you
exactly.
ask me, oh, I like you, I like this your wig, go. Where is it from? If I know where it's from, I'll tell you. Oh, it's
No,
so
no,
and so.
I say where
I'm not gonna tell.
Where tomorrow?
Where tomorrow?
Where
Shall I let me wear
tomorrow?
this wig again, please? No, vex.
No, baby, let me dispatch that wig. I beg. I feel like the wig, I beg.
So for me, I feel like the
And it depends
difference
on how
between...
sorry, it also depends on how comfortable she is with you because
Yeah.
that's not something you tell everybody now. It's
Yeah.
like if I'm very comfortable with you and I feel like yeah, we have that kind of vibe and rapport, I can be like, it's my friend's wig. I thought it would look nice with my outfit, so
Straight up.
I decided to wear it. But
Like,
if I'm
see,
not,
I'm
telling you,
so huge on honesty, right? Like,
But I
and
feel like
being
remember it's a
dishonest.
first
No,
date,
like-
and we'll get into. I feel like maybe if it's a third or fourth where we have a rapport, then I can be
Yeah.
like, see, listen, I dressed really nice the first day because I really liked you.
Yeah.
and I
felt
wanted
your
to put my
vibe.
best foot
and
forward,
you know,
yeah.
you were taking me somewhere I've never been to before. I've heard things about them online, so I wanted to put my best foot forward.
things like that.
But this is who I am.
Things
I
like
don't
that.
have
They
the
turn
most...
me on.
Oh my
See,
gosh.
they don't even make me like you. Like it just it goes to show that look, there's something here that I can't pay for.
Yeah. But that's, like I
Wait,
said,
you
that's not
can or
something
you
I would
can't
tell
pay?
you.
Can't.
oh, okay, which is the honesty.
You
The
can't.
honesty. So that's something,
Can't pay me
like,
to
I
be
would,
honest,
maybe
though.
the fourth or fifth, if we have a longer
You can't pay
rapport.
me for honesty.
Like, if there's a rapport, yes, I would say X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
There's not something I do per se, but for me, I feel like the big difference between fake life and packaging is social media. I feel like some people do certain things for social media. Like, if I'm wearing designers, right? I'm wearing designers because maybe I like it, I can afford it. me going to buy fake designers
Yeah.
and then I'm posting up about it. I'm taking pictures,
Fake
social media.
designers is another
It's
thing.
fake life. Whereas if I buy this fake designer, I might not even need to buy it. I might take a picture of somebody else's, print it, put it on my mood and say, God, I can't wait to make enough money to have this. That's packaging. Or I might borrow my friend's bag. You know what? Can I borrow your bag? I really love this Louis Vuitton Alma. Oh my God, it's so nice. And you know, can I just have it for the day? Wow, I love you know what? Thank you. Here's your bag back. And in your head, it's like, you know what? I felt that bag. I carried it. It's like when you test drive a car. Right? You test drive it. I like the way the engine moves. Oh yeah, it's smooth. Okay, you know what, God? I'm saving up for this car. Right. Yeah. That's when I feel like that's packaging. You're setting yourself up for better, right? The same way you said, you know, you will starve yourself to make sure that you get the freshest. Yeah. For me, fake life is buying a fake alternative or making people have that impression. So it's not the difference between you thinking you're making people have that impression that you have XYZ. If I post a bag, let me never say Birkin, that's big. Let me say Louis Vuitton Alma, right? If I buy a fake Louis Vuitton bag
Louis Vuitton Alma,
and I'm posting up, I want people to know is because I have a Louis Vuitton Alma bag. I want people to know I have a designer bag. What's wrong with me carrying a Zara bag? I can look just as nice in a Zara bag. This is what I can afford. So that's why I feel like packaging is more to do. Packaging can be inspirational, even if you borrow people's things. It can be in an inspirational way. But I don't feel like you need to buy a copy of the original. You can just buy alternatives. You can buy a Michael Kors or H&M or Zara bag and still look just as good. But for me, fake life is when you, like that thing, you know, you flew economy, you now stay last on the plane so you can take pictures in business class. And you post, that for me is fake life. However, that same picture, if you were to take it and save it in your camera or your background and say, can't wait to make enough money to be fine, you know, business. Packaging, inspirational. I can see that and be like, oh, you flew business. No, I took a picture because I cannot wait.
At the end of the day, I feel like it's the honesty that just differentiates the two. Because if I'm being honest, even myself, like I'll literally, there are days I'll just be like, oh my God, I don't have a black jacket. I'll pick up my phone. Also, Hafa, I want your black suit. I beg, give me that your top. Just give me that your top. I need to have a meeting. That's like the fact that you can just be me. I'm very keen on. I don't care what people tell other people. I'm very keen on what you tell yourself before you do anything. If I want to get my guy's shoe to go, there is nothing wrong in it. I go wear them, go, come back, drop them, keep them. Do you understand? But it's how you try to make something out of nothing that actually determines whether you're actually just packaging or you're actually trying to live it.
Okay, so when it's faking it to you making it, how does that come into perspective? How do you fake it to you make it?
Because faking it or making it, I think that's just another term for packaging, to be honest.
That's packaging. A real term for packaging.
Yes, faking it till you make it.
But when does that then become a fake life? Because, you know, we all agreed that packaging is to do with borrowing and, you know, maybe packaging is to do with, let me borrow for now.
It's not just like boring is just like
boring is just boring.
Yeah. So when does faking it to you making it then becomes like, like this girl is faking it. Okay, you know, we spoke about accents before, right? Yeah. So let's say I don't have a British accent, right? And I'm going for a program. Yeah. And I know that if I do, oh, hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Himakar. You know, I grew up in London and, you know, and I'm doing all of this. I'm like, oh, wow, we love your voice. I'm faking it till I get the job.
You're not born.
You know, say as soon as I leave that place, I don't put one picture say, it's what's up. Like, I don't enter a car that go. You'll be like, is that fake life or packaging? Because it's also relative. Like, there's certain places when you go to a place of work or 9 to 5, or you go to a bank, you'll not be shouting pigeon. Now you'll be like, good afternoon, ma. Please, I want to see how much is in my checking account or XYZ. If you go to the market, you feel, oh, guys, bring me that fish. How much? Like, is that fake life or is that, do you know what I mean?
That's
so like, when you fake it
is applicable in context. Because like, we had a discussion and I said that thing about that accent thing now. Because if every day, no. This accent thing, it's like, okay, let's say, obviously the way I speak with my guys, obviously like the way you banter with your guys, talk and gossip is different from if you had to put me in front of a mic and say, okay, talk to this board of directors or talk to these people here. It's not the same way I'm going to talk. Obviously, I'm going to step up the way I'm talking because yes, it's applicable in context. But now having an accent or putting up an accent, see, it's one thing to speak English the way it's supposed to be spoken and come across as coherent. And it's another thing to, have an accent. Everybody has an accent. I have a Nigerian accent. You have a British accent. You have a Nigerian accent. Yeah. If I travel abroad,
I have a British Nigerian accent.
Nigerian accent. If I go to the US, if I go to the UK, I'm the one with an accent because accents are peculiar to where you are from and your environment. So why do you feel? I think it also boils down to this mentality of everything foreign being superior. Why do you feel having an accent or misrepresenting that you have an accent sets you apart from the crowd or should set you apart from the crowd? So it boils down that if it's something that I have to go here. And so, because I had to speak at an MUN and in DC, and obviously I can't go there and be like, oh, today, blah, 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 like the way I'll talk with my guys normally. So I just made sure I was more audible and very coherent, and everybody understood everything I was saying. I didn't go there and be all like, hi guys, I didn't sound like faking an accent or anything. So if you are putting it as your lifestyle, every time everybody sees you, you've never janded, you've never been abroad, but you have an accent, that's just fake now. That's just fake. But if you're trying to make everybody understand you and okay, I want to speak better, I don't even think that's packaging. That's just basic.
So would you say
because that's actually something you can teach yourself.
Do you get like just teach yourself to speak English the way it's supposed to be spoken?
Really
Having an accent is faking it. There's not even packaging about it. It's just being fake.
Would you say there are dangers to fake life? That can fake life become dangerous?
Hey.
You know what? I mean, I'm thinking of Blackberry babes. I don't know because I was talking about earlier. You know,
Blackberry babes, Alakada, Jennifer, there are plenty.
Fake life will put you in wahala.
It will put you in deep.
It will
like what? Do you have any stories?
So, you know the funny thing. So let me see. For instance, right? I like to say, okay, so you see how, like I said, everything you do, right? You just have to be honest with yourself. Right? Exactly. So by the time you're faking it, people are watching you. Everybody's seeing. Just the way you see me, I see you. So you don't pose say, okay, for instance, let me put typical scenario now. Clubs, right? You don't post, you have a baller.
You post the drinks on the table, you ain't contributing shit. You ain't got shit in your account.
No, me, I don't even... I feel like there's even nothing with.
I think the one that irritates me is snapping the receipt and posting it. I think that's just very.
But see, I really don't care. People should spend their money the way they want to spend their money.
I just think it's ghetto.
If you blow 20 million in the club and you want to post a receipt, my brother, post your receipt. So far, say you pay. As long as you pay.
That's what the ones that don't pay.
Do you understand?
That be posted.
So
as the girl in the club, I'm letting
so that's the thing. You might just be trying to put yourself on that high horse to think that you want people to see you and perceive you on that level and everything. But at the end of the day, you show up in real life and it's almost like there's a disconnect. Do you understand? Just like we do say, social media is one of the is one of the best tools to facilitate faking your life. So people, because of social media, and I feel like people prefer being seen the way they are seen up there and don't really care about what they look like in person, like how they feel or what people might think of them when they see them in person. So that's exactly one scenario that fake life will put you in wahala.
I think fake life is also it's something, to be honest, you can't keep it up. Especially when you don't have the means to keep it up. Like if you keep faking first of all, you're going to get caught eventually. And you just can't maintain it, especially when you don't have sources
of... It up. There are people faking it and living it
up. Everything that is in the dark one day comes to light.
But people, they fake them, they go...
Yeah.
How can you... I'm not honestly okay, people are doing it, but how do you... are you not stressed?
Is it dedication now?
Are you not stressed?
To it?
I feel like I would be really stressed if I had to constantly fake my life.
I don't get time for that stuff. But I have a question. I have a question. Do you feel like there's a positivity to being fake?
No.
Like you feel like all fake life is all bad. Like let's say, for example, like maybe you might be a standoffish person. Let's say you're an introvert, right? And you get a job in somewhere where you have to be extrovert, you have to talk to people, you have to be bubbly, you have to do this. But that's not who you genuinely are, right? So for your livelihood or for your work to be smooth, you fake this happy bubbly and you go home and you be yourself. Would you say that all fake life is negative? Because at this point, it's pretending to be happy and not pretending, but acting happy and bubbly for your work to happen or for things to be coherent for other people doesn't necessarily, I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't think
like I said, I feel like
but it's still a fake life because that's not who you are.
I feel like it's
so
just
do you feel
what you
all fake
tell
life is just negative? Like, is there any pros to it?
The context of or the term fake life it's more about, I don't know how to, it's more about, it's really heavy on material things and really heavy on like material presenting things and also really heavy on the kind of person you build yourself to be. It's one thing to have a personality where, okay, I'm very reserved, but if I have to step out, no, I'm not reserved in real life. I'm just saying that, okay, I'm very reserved and I have to step out, but obviously I can't be reserved in this kind of environment. So I'm talking to everybody. That is adapting. It's not faking it.
It's not faking.
But when you are faking it is when you begin to fake every material detail of your life. When you fake, okay, I was born in the UK, but you were born in Ikeja Hospital.
The things that
you went
true.
to BIS, you went to AIS, but you went to Queen's College. That type
so I just Googled what fake life means, right? Let me even read out the definition. A hollow existence that lacks substance. So it actually cannot be positive.
Simple.
It cannot,
Simple.
That's why I say it cannot be positive because also, how do you feel, okay, you're taking your friend's car out, you flex, borrowed money from your guy, flex this person, done this, and you have to go and pack it. and then I enter bus
How
to go
do
back
you
to your
feel?
side.
Exactly.
No,
What's
I'm
the
saying, I'm not
reward?
just talking about
Exactly.
packaging.
I'm sorry, do you know that thing about
Okay,
fake
wait.
life? It's not, you're not doing it to gain something from it, to be honest, because you don't
No,
actually
you're
gain
actually
anything.
not
No,
doing
that's
You're
what I'm
just doing
saying.
it
I
so
feel
people can
like
see you
there
a
are
particular way.
opportunities
But
when people do
packaging
that.
now,
Like,
packaging now, you'll gain your shoe.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Your shoe
you
will be
get
your
something
cupboard.
last
Yeah.
last.
You will know that every day you bought, I buy
Sometimes
this
maybe
shoe
even buy the
do
shoe
you
because
understand?
you want one brand that sells the shoes to reach out to you and
Exactly.
do this type of thing for you. Because there is no reward to fake life. Because okay, if I'm saying I live in maybe I'm borrowing my friend's house in Lekki, borrowing my friend's car, everything. By the time I'm done, I'm hopping bus back to maybe going to wherever I'm coming from. What is your reward? Like ask
Exactly.
yourself.
That's
As
what
I
I'm
fake
saying. I
this
feel
life
like
minus
What?
Instagram
let me do
followers and
devil's
Instagram likes.
advocate.
What
What
Are
do
you
what
telling
do you
me
get?
complete? Because this is saying a hollow, like I feel
Existence that lacks
like
substance,
a hollow
yeah.
existence. If I'm not a nice person in general, or let's say I've now seen. Let me use you as an example. I've now seen you. I'm like, this boy has money. I heard that he keeps $20,000 in his drawer in his house by his bedside. In my head, I'm coming. I'm like, cool. I've got a plan. I want to steal money from you. I might come and be the nicest person. Oh my God, I'm nice to you consistently. I'm like, until the day you invite me to your house and I take my money and I go. I'm fake. But it's a nice fake because you were like, oh wow, she's so lovely, she's so. But I had intentions. I don't feel like fake life is always about
behavior.
I'm a fake person.
No, I think that one is
that's
manipulation.
manipulation.
That's manipulation.
That's not
I
even
think
fake
that,
life.
no, but you know,
No.
like, have you ever heard like when you date, you know, when your friend is dating someone, you're like, I've heard so many bad things about this girl, and then you know,
Yeah.
meet the girl, and
And
apparently
it's
she's so sweet, she's so nice, but then
Yeah.
when the bobo's not there, this witch.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but I don't really
like,
that
that's
is
also
like you
a
said,
fake
it's
life, like,
manipulation
you're
or
faking to
misrepresenting.
be-
But that's
Yeah.
not. Like that's what I
not-
said. Fake life is really heavy on
It's
like material
heavy,
things.
like, and
Very
funny
heavy
enough,
So
on
there's
material
no, we're
things.
agreeing that there's no, me, I'm trying to do devil's advocate
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we don't
no, I
say
get
fake life, we
that.
just bash everything.
Yeah, no.
There's no,
I think
positives
There's
to
no
fake life.
positive. There's
It
no.
just-
Besides, also
don't
the
do
scenario
it.
you
Actually,
give, somebody
package,
else
but
is
don't
losing
fake.
from it.
Abi?
That's a package, but don't fake. Brand yourself. Like obviously, if you're going out, you have a meeting. Nobody's expecting you to pull up in your regular house way or stuff. If you need to, okay, get from somebody who has. If you have to go for a meeting, you want to look super presentable. Borrow your bob big from your friend. If your friend has a nice shoe that you can use, take it. If your friend has a nice shoe, like don't look like your
presentable.
struggles. Nobody
So
ever
package
posts
yourself, but don't
Yeah.
fake it.
Don't fake it. Like don't look like
Yes,
where you're coming
like,
from.
just-
Basically,
Do you have
Yeah.
any
happy where you're
fake
coming from.
stories, any wild stories where they faked it? Well, I don't want to say they packaged you, but they faked it. You're like, I saw a tweet when they were like, something stuff. I don't want to say the person, they're like, you don't even have water in your house. I'm like, oh my God, you can't do that to
shit.
certain
Oh shit.
No, like, you can't do that to
my
You don't
certain
need to say the
people.
person. Don't worry.
No, I'm just saying like something like that. I was like, wow. But I mean, it's like who really has water. Let's be honest. Let's
I beg everybody has water in their house.
Well, no, but it depends.
No, but
Water
I'm saying
get
something
grade
like
now.
that, like
Water
as,
get grade
me, I
now.
don't know.
Can you
the-
drink your tap water?
God damn.
Can I drink water?
haven't
No, I have
tried that.
a
I won't
dispenser
try
and I
that.
drink bottled
I won't
water.
try that. I won't try that.
So
I won't
water
try
get
that.
I don't think
You might
tap
have
water.
water in
I
your
used to
house,
drink
but-
tap water.
You
Look
can
at the way
drink
we were
tap water.
changing
It
the subject.
depends, oh.
I'm just saying, for instance, I'm not
Yeah.
shading anybody. I'm just saying, like, have you had any stories where somebody has packaged you? Like, did they come, they dropped you home in a Mercedes, and next time they came, they were using tuk tuk. Do you know what I mean? Like, has
Oh, no,
anyone
there's so
packaged your
many-
face?
There's so many. Like
You've had one, you're
I've had a lot of stories. To be honest with you, I went to University of Lagos. I stayed in hostel, so
Wow.
I've been like
You must have
different.
seen a lot.
I've seen a lot of.
You've heard a
things.
lot of big talks.
I've seen a lot of things. I won't say enabled a lot of things because okay, God. Oh, is she gonna watch this? I'm so sorry, but I'm not gonna mention your names. If you watch this, sucks to be you.
Please,
Anyway.
no one should take
Oh,
offense.
shit.
This is a safe space.
But like I had this because I got a lot of stuff. I bought a lot of stuff from like Fashion Nova and all of that. So
Oh,
back then,
my
like I
days.
take like videos of my like hauls and stuff and post it to like my story, like fashion this and that. So I took like I used to get like giant packages. So I took a video of this package and stuff. And then this paper's like, that I should send her the video, and I sent her the video, and then she posted it up, and she's like, thank you, baby, because it was Valentine's Day, so she posted it, and she's like, thank you, baby, Valentine's gift, like gift came earlier and stuff like that. Then there was somebody else that, because I would go out, take pictures of food, like post on my story. Every time I'd post pictures, like this babe would take screenshots of my distance and post and be like, Gina was nice, and you didn't even have the audacity to block me. At least block me now. Don't let me see you. Like you didn't even ask me for permission. If I'd asked me, okay,
I
let me see your
respect
picture,
her courage.
she would just be like, Gina was
nice.
nice. It's one thing to say, food porn or that type of thing, like use a hashtag, but this people will take screenshots of like
That's
food.
fake life. That is
proper
not
fake life.
person.
I had another person that will come to my room. I won't call that one fake life too, but we're in close, so that's actually what brought us close, because we're the same shoe size. So she'd come to my room, and then like I'm really obsessed with like shoes. I always have like lots and lots of shoes. So she'll come to my room and be like, she wants to go out to Kiniko, can she borrow my shoes? I'm always like, yeah, sure. Do you want my wig too? Like, cause I like people looking fine. No, I like women supporting women. Like, use me and package yourself. Like, I love it. I have it. Take it. Use
What's
it.
mine is ours.
So
right?
what's mine is ours. I like that community spirit. So like take it and use it. Then in the influencer world, because I would say that
It's
entered
not that
that community because I
It's
would say
not
I started content creation like 2020. So like towards the end, so I've met like a lot of people, seen a lot of things, heard a lot of things. I remember one story I heard because I had this friend that was managing one brand. I will not say what kind of. Okay, I will eventually say but she was managing a brand, and she would tell me stories of how influencers would reach out to the owner of this brand and be like,
give it to me, I'll post
this
it.
is not all some influencers, because obviously I cannot lump myself and insult myself as well. But she'd be like, oh, they would reach out to the brand and be like, oh, give us this shoe, we want to wear, we have somewhere to go to and stuff like that. And it was like sneakers and stuff. So like they would take the sneakers, wear them out, blah 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 blah, and then
but it doesn't come
send
back
it back.
the same.
They and it won't even come back the same. That's why the guy like got pissed because you were not willing to buy, you were not bringing sales. But then when I entered, because I thought it was really bad before I like entered the community proper.
You
But then
understand
I'm
where they're
like,
coming
okay,
from.
I understand that, okay, because it's a mutually beneficial thing. You're going to tag the brand, they're going to get
Very.
sales and stuff. So that is packaging. I thought it was fake life before, but I think it's actually now just like
No, I
packaging,
think
I
for
guess.
influencers, I think it's not.
I think it's
that-
different.
Yeah.
Influencers are
Like,
different because
for me
people,
now, right?
Yeah,
I was just
it's-
telling you that I didn't even come from my house.
Yeah.
Right. Everything I'm wearing right now is from a friend of mine. Right. I didn't have to. It's not like
It'd be
I
nice
will
to
not
have
pay.
friends your size.
Yeah, it's not like I will not pay for it on a normal day, but she sends these items to me free of charge because she understands that
You like
I
to look
obviously
fly.
have like apart from the fact that I like to look
I just
fly.
say right here. Look at you. It's like, well, you know,
She understands the fact that okay, I have
Yeah.
I have a good amount of clout when it comes to fashion, and people are prone to wearing.
I think you're very fashionable.
Thank you I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Like it shows I'm doing the
So
right
can you guys see
thing.
my bombastic side?
So
Mind your
you know,
gist.
it's the same thing because influencers, like, there are so many times that I get offers to wear clothes for people and post it up, and so that people can get, and even like I'll use Trax Apparel as an example. So they gave me the outfits that I wore into the Big Brother house. They gave me outfits worth almost 3 million. I'm dead serious.
Goosebumps.
Like, this was the outfit I was wearing first of all, going
I just
up
want to
was
say I'm
like
a UK
almost
8 and
800
10.
and something
Thank you.
K.
Size
But
40.
they did all of that because they believed. Let me not say they understood, because you really
saw the
cannot.
vision.
They saw something. They were like, and the guy was just, I remember Mark looking at me that day. He was just like, if you worry, boy, no worry, just a go.
Ooh, I love that. If you worry,
Just-
boy, no worry.
I'm a Lagos
You
babe.
understand? You get me? So he
I'm a
just,
Lagos babe, no lele.
and it was just
I'm
it was
fire.
it was one of the things
I
that
feel
made
bad.
me understand that okay, you can actually capitalize on your influencing value
Yeah.
online and make something out of it, because they were, in fact, I don't want to say how much the business, how much impact that simple seed they sowed into me
Right.
actually benefited them.
So,
You
yeah.
understand? So for influencers, I feel like
We
it's
didn't speak
just
about
different.
feel like
influencers
it.
and
So-
packaging
But then
and fake life.
then-
We didn't speak about influencers, but
Yeah.
I mean, so for me in the UK, I feel like UK fake life and packaging is
No, UK is on another level. I mean.
right. It's different.
UK
Like
is different.
at least in Nigeria, right? You know that if somebody has a car, they've bought it outright. Because
Yeah.
most things here in
Somebody
Nigeria,
has a
Oh,
phone.
you guys
If
do that
if
thing.
somebody has
Wait,
a phone,
no,
let
no,
me
no.
go far
Let
with
me be
car.
serious.
If somebody
I
has
was
a phone,
in
they
UK,
bought it outright.
if I was in the UK,
Yeah.
You see that thing that they say you can pay
Yeah.
small, get the car, go and drive.
Use
it,
Klarna, use what they call this other thing.
No. Me,
Quad
I go
pay.
be baba for fake life.
Oh,
Me,
bro.
hey, I go sit down, check.
Buy a $100
Well,
jacket
and
with
I-
$25 installments over
Before.
4 months.
Now for you,
bruh.
I go
swear.
sit down there.
Oh,
Don't
you
worry.
gave you the
I mean,
things
I don't-
like buy now, pay later.
Nigeria,
buy now, pay later.
Nigeria doesn't give you that.
Klarna, use
Nigeria doesn't
quad
give you
pay,
that
use
access.
that
Don't
for
worry.
sale.
But
If
you
they-
have
use
30
what?
days
if
refund.
they give
They
it to
don't allow pay on
Nigerians,
delivery. Pay
if
what?
they give it to Nigerians,
They will run
hell,
bankrupt.
this fake life you're seeing, it's going to real
I know
life.
one hair vendor that talked about how she
Eh?
stopped instrumental payments because
Stop
people
it.
will pay
Stop
then
it.
when like they'll pay like over like a period of time. They'll not come back and say, oh, we don't want it again. Give us the money back. Or you like give them on good faith and then they ghost you, they block you.
Before Nigerians, I
Don't
don't
do
know.
that.
But for
We are-
UK fake life,
No,
so
don't
you guys
do that.
remember the story I
Ah.
was giving you before we stepped in? I think, okay, like I said before, and I'll keep saying it, we're too poor in Nigeria for the kind of problems that we have.
well,
Dollar is 770 something.
Bruh.
770
Pounds
naira
is
to $1, 940,
953.
948 to £1.
Yeah,
We are too poor for the kind of
Bruh.
problems we have where in Nigeria, iPhone has to be a status symbol and you're talking to somebody and they're like trying to see the back of your phone and trying to see, oh, is it one camera? Is it two? Is it three?
Yeah.
How big is it? We're too poor for the kind of problems we have. Minimum wage is 33K. People are paying 3,000 naira
extra
rent.
3K ad. I thought it was 30.
People are
When did they
Okay,
add
sorry,
3K?
NYSC money is 33K.
I thought it was 30K. I was like, that 3K is a
Poor
lot.
for the
You are
kind of
even
problems.
reaching.
A friend, that's what this UK friend was telling me about how I told you guys now that they were saying, oh, don't wear Puma slides, don't wear Adidas
Oh,
slides,
yeah.
stop carrying Zara bags. Do you know how much £20 is in
I love
naira?
Zara bag.
That's a lot
£20
of money.
in naira. I'm sorry,
That
that
would-
is almost meaning
That would give some people.
it's
That would
what
give
is
some people 1 week.
See,
Like
anybody,
1
that's
feeding,
still
yeah.
something. Even
What
if
you
it's
call
only
£50?
petrol.
Buy me
Bruh.
fuel. If you
I'll
like,
fill
you
my
get
tank. Like that's
It's
something.
actually-
That's
too poor
something.
for our problem. So that's why I
Yeah.
think that we're like we act like we're some kind of we're in the Western world where
We're
capitalism.
still a developing country, and I think people forget that. I think, again, social media makes us forget that we're in a developing country. Certain things should not be attainable. Certain things doesn't make sense.
I feel like-
But I feel
minimum
like, again,
spend in
people-
restaurants is 15K.
For
and
us,
people
I-
are insulting you that
See
you
that
cannot
one?
pay.
Somebody is
like-
me. I can even
See,
eat
wo-
that thing, right?
See,
but I
can
don't
eat it,
like.
but if you
Don't enforce
don't
your
tell
rules
me to
on
do
my
it. It's
wallet.
when you tell me to do that,
that
I'm
thing's
not gonna do
annoying.
it. Don't tell me
Well, I
that.
feel like for us is so the thing about Nigeria that I feel like makes things like this, right? Kind of unstable is the fact that I feel like the country is here, but us, we're like here.
We're delusional.
Well, it's not a matter of being delusional. We are very much,
We
we are
think we're
very
more than
much.
what we are.
I mean, I feel like Nigerians are probably like one of the most exposed set of Africans, if I'm being honest. You go to other African countries and it's not. I'm dead
I
serious.
don't know. I
in
mean, I
West
was sorry. I'm sorry.
Africa-
I wouldn't exactly
Yeah.
because I was with an Uber man who was really happy that they were building train in that marina side.
Yeah,
or
no,
something.
that's the thing.
That is not exposed. Other countries have
That's the
had it
thing. We might
since.
not.
No, I
the
think
typical
whatever.
things we might not see them, but Nigerians are very much educated when it comes to like things that happen,
Okay, wait.
things that are happening.
Based on that, would you say Nigerians abroad and their fake life, like accents and stuff? So we're talking about obviously fake life and
Yeah.
packaging here. I feel like Nigerians abroad. Do you think that they have to also fake it? That, for example, if you went to London now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not you because I feel like you're in a social, like you've had to train your voice a bit. But if a typical
No, I don't
Nigerian
train anything,
had
don't
to,
worry.
no, but you know
I
how
don't
to
train
speak, right? You wouldn't go to someone and be like, or guy with sinners, you'd be like, good afternoon, how are you? Have mannerisms. I feel like your typical Nigerian, if they were to go abroad, do you feel like they have to change their accent? They have to fake it. In America, they're like, oh, you from Africa? Like, do you live in a hut?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a monkey? Do you have a lion in your garden? Oh my God, man.
Sorry, quick
What is
gossip.
Gary?
My mom told me.
Oh
My
my
quick gossip. My mom
God.
told me.
I just did that for feature and Fufu
Yeah.
and a Goosey. Is that
Goosey.
what the hell are you talking
Amala.
about? Like, do you feel like Nigerians abroad they have to fake it just
I
so they're
don't-
socially
I
accepted? Do you
don't
think you have to
think
change
so.
your name? Yo,
See, I've
that
had
name
experience.
is-
No, I don't
yo,
think
it
so.
ain't me, man. Kurshi.
I don't. Honestly, I've had an experience like when before when I used to travel and I'll travel and they'll ask me, oh, what's your name? Because they couldn't pronounce Oyinda Sola, I'll tell them, oh, just give them my English name. My English name is Georgina. Just call me Georgina. Or when they'd ask me, oh, do you have an English name? And I'll be like, oh, just call me Georgina. Then I realized that we're pronouncing names like Tchaikovsky, Schwarzenegger. While you are giving me names that have more consonants than vowels, and I'm pronouncing it. So what is
More
Oyinda
consonant than
that you
vowels,
can't
yeah.
pronounce? And I'll tell them, okay, you know what? Say Linda. They'll say Linda. I'll say, okay, now remove the L, put OY. Say Oyinda. And I'll be like, oh, Oyinda. Say, hey, we'll manage it like that. Shall call me Oyinda. I'm
Oyinda.
not changing my name. And then also, like I said, speak English the way it's supposed to be spoken. My mom was giving me this gist about
What
somebody
about
that
the
she
H
knew.
factor?
That-
Egg.
That's an accent.
That was-
It's
that-
an accent.
It's
So
an
that's the thing. Do you
accent.
feel
That
like
was it.
Nigerians when they go abroad, they have to they almost have to fake it a little bit because if you went to a normal.
You don't have to fake anything.
You don't
I'm
have to
sorry,
fake
it's
anything.
your choice.
I feel
This
like
man
it's-
traveled to Jamaica and came back with a British accent in 3 months. How?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
wow.
Jamaicans were colonized by the British now. A lot of
But no,
No, but the Caribbeans were colonized. So you know that one.
But
I
I
met
feel
a
like
friend
if-
who
when it
actually
comes-
was
when it
from the
comes to-
Caribbean and she had an American accent. I was like, you've never been? She was like, but our border is actually very close. So we have a lot of American. That's even different. That's even subtle.
British accents are very. I'm sorry, but British accents are very intentional. British accents are very intentional. Like it's.
You think so?
I
feel like
think
if I
British
move-
accents are very
like, If I'm being
intentional.
honest, I feel like if I move to the UK
Yeah,
for like 2 years, I'm definitely going to have an accent.
definitely.
That's me. Because I know that I would like, this one is not about a matter of fake life or whatever. I know that I would just naturally want to
You pick it up though.
pick it up.
You do pick it up.
I'm
So there
dead
was
serious.
a thing,
So
during
the
COVID.
environment actually matters a lot. Like a lot. If I go for, I don't know, all those places where they get H factor, all those things, my H factor go day, wella. But you can't see, if I go, let me tell you one very funny story that happened. So my mom and my dad are separated, right?
Yeah.
And around it, obviously, I moved out of the marriage with my mom around the time of my birth. I was barely like a year old, right? So my mom and I moved to Asaba, where she's from, since I was like, I was probably like 6. right? So growing up in Asaba, growing up in that environment, one thing I picked up was learning how to speak Igbo, right? And Igbo of man. My brothers, my other
Wait,
six,
translate now. Don't they
I can speak Igbo well. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
my
I'm
other
Yoruba babe.
I'm sorry, but like a man that speaks Igbo, wow.
So my other 6 siblings, right? They can't.
Nice.
So by the time I went back,
Wait, you're one of 7 kids?
just from my mom, I'm one of
Irime?
30 something from my dad.
Wait, from 1 of 7 from your mom.
From my mom. I'm the last of 7 from my
From your
mom.
mom.
And I'm one of 30 something from my
From-
dad.
So you have like 40 siblings.
I have like a lot of siblings. Don't
Wow.
worry. That's the difference.
Your wedding they choke.
See,
That
wedding-
family side on
No,
it.
if you see us when they do party for our house, you know they invite any other person. We don't need-
You don't need to invite
no,
Wait, have you
anybody.
ever like dated a cousin by accident
No,
or
no,
anything?
that's never
I'm just
happened.
asking because that's
That's
how
never
big
happened.
Lagos is
No,
small now.
Lagos
It's
is very
Yo,
small.
No,
wait, sorry,
it's
side
never
shot,
happened.
back.
It's never happened.
Yeah.
Respect to your dad.
But-
Respect to you.
No, my dad. No, he's a big
Ah.
man. He's a big man.
Ah,
But
good
I mean,
news.
going back to like my dad's house now to like spend holiday with my siblings and everything. I had like this bad Igbo accent. It was bad. Like
Yeah, no,
my bread was bled.
Oh my
My
god.
rice, it was bad. But then again, they will always make fun of me, right? Back, yeah, I was.
So if
like,
you were bleeding, would they think
it
you
was
were
bleeding. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. So they will always
Mm.
make fun of me and everything. But fast forward, right? First of all, every single time like we're having like a family meeting, especially like for my mom's side, I'm probably the youngest, right? But when they're saying stuff, now me they go look say, okay, translate for everybody.
Aw.
Do you understand? So all those little things now, you will now realize that thank God say I really won't get the accent in the first place because so it's very, very everything boils down to your environment and where you come from, and it's just how it goes. So if you're willing to accept that, like people will get H factor. Me, I won't like them because the moment you say you get H factor, a Yoruba man that wants to assist you will just know that that's somebody that he talks like me. That's just how it is. But then people are very, because of the environment that they could be in, it could be separate from the same environment that they grew up in. So you might be in a different environment and then you now realize that your accent doesn't fit you here.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be using that.
So
kind
you
of-
feel like
do you understand? So everything really boils down to your environment. And I feel like accent is one of the things that human beings just use as an adapting tool.
Yeah.
You
But quick
just-
So you
question,
feel
do you
like-
think
wait,
an accent
sorry.
that it took you about 2 decades to have is something that can easily be forfeited in about 2 years? Because like, I know someone that has
Yes.
like lived abroad for like
Yes.
I feel like
You can learn and
I
unlearn.
don't even think you
Yes.
have to live there. So like, I mean, now in Nigeria, I have more American Nigerian friends, and sometimes I'll be saying words like, you know, I'll be saying words different. I'm like, wait, this is not Brit. But it's just because, you know, when you're just and you're having conversations, like the way they said it is, I'm now like, oh yeah, what's up? Like, I don't know, I wouldn't say, but you know what I mean? Like, I think even just little words or catchphrases that they use, I've now adapted that because, you know, we're always together and but I don't, so what essentially I was trying to ask is, if you're a Nigerian and you go abroad, you would say, if the accent starts to change, you would say that it's not faking it, that they're adapting to their environment.
Exactly.
Or would you say that they are faking it to fit in the environment?
I feel like they're adapting to the environment. I will adapt.
okay,
to the
good. Now
environment.
good. Like
That's
adapting to
it.
the
Like, because
environment.
you
No,
can
okay,
adapt,
fine.
but
Yeah.
I mean, it's different if you're in Nigeria with a British accent. But then, okay, so I was going to say something about that. So, you know, like during COVID, there was something that came out, like American kids now have British accents, and that's because they're all watching Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
So they're all like, hello, mummy, can I have a cup of tea, please? Mummy, I want to go outside. I want to go to New York. They all had like British accents.
Yeah.
Not because they've ever been to England. It's because they were watching
They were
Peppa
exposed
Pig.
to it.
And during COVID, kids were watching a vast amount of television. So, like, are we now going to say all these kids are fake lives? Or if you're somebody who then watches, like me, when I was in the UK, I watched a lot of Nigerian programs. I would say maybe, you know, that's where I know my pidgin or whatever from, because it's not something that I learned from home. We were never allowed to speak pidgin or whatever. I learned it from movies like Jennifer or like Blackberry Babes, all these Nigerian movies where I learned about pidgin, all of that. So does that then mean that when I come to when I'm in Nigeria and I want to go to the market and I have to adapt to my accent a little bit? Because sometimes I'm like, oh God, please, could I have some? Do you have Titus? 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 Okay, you get Titus fish now. Waiting to happen. They're like, oh, madam, I know everything they thought. I
No,
don't say you be one of us. Or like,
Okay,
I
let me
speak
give you a
Yoruba. So
scenario.
even
Let
that,
me-
like when I switch to my Yoruba, I'm like,
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes I feel like you have to, you know, I'm like,
No,
okay, good
adapting
afternoon. I'm
good
like,
now.
I can't say, oh, yeah, oh my God, wow. All of a sudden the ears open, they can hear everything I'm
So
saying.
let's look at it this way. Like you said, adapting to the environment because you want people around you to understand. What would you say about Nigerians that, okay, you've lived in Nigeria all your life and you landed, you traveled, you've been there for like a year, 6 months, 2 years. And okay, maybe when you have to speak to, your fellow those people share with you, you have to speak to them, you have to have an accent. Then when you're calling back home, do you have to have that accent as well? Because I don't know, I find it really hard. I mean, I've spoken like this for like the better part of my life, for like which is better parts of my life. I've always spoken like this. I know that, okay, yes, when I travel, I probably have to step it up in being more audible and reducing like the regional like things that I would say and how I would certain
That's
words.
adapting.
Because if I'm speaking to you and I'm using this like word,
but do you feel like you only adapt when you leave Nigeria? Because you guys are saying that you feel like when you go abroad you have to adapt. I feel like when I'm in Nigeria I have to adopt. And another thing, sorry to interrupt. Another thing is I've noticed like people call it like part of fake life packaging. A lot of British slang does not cross over in Nigeria.
Of course.
Like things like "What's up?" What do you mean "What's up"? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Or like stuff like that. Nigeria, like what in the UK is it's very
it's
hey,
more
what's
like
up?
yeah.
What do you mean? Am I your age mate? You asked me what was up in this bastard. Like a lot of but I get that a lot. So sometimes I'm like, am I the problem? Like, am I not? But so I feel and then it's not like, okay, if I now have to be like, oh, I gotta go afternoon, sir. That's not my usual norm. Like, I have to fake to speak like
you. have to adapt.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, adapting
there's actually
is
that
a whole
really
lot
fine line
different from
between
like
am I
having a
faking it
fake
because I
accent, to be
don't?
honest, especially when there's no root to it. Like you've never janded before. I think it's what we're even kind of going for, because let's say that there can be a context. Like I said, everything's applicable in context. If you live abroad, I mean, okay, let's say you went there 3 months ago, no problem. You're living abroad. Come and do in it one and in it for me, no problem. You're living there.
I just
You're
want to
adapting.
say, not everybody says in it.
No, I'm being sarcastic now.
Like,
Like, so like, but now you're living in Nigeria. You don't even, okay, let me not say you've never been to national airports because they've done excursion there before, but like, you've not janded. Where is this accent coming from to the point? Like, it's a lifestyle.
No,
like,
but what if they get it from?
like I said,
I'm doing devil's advocate.
Yeah, like I said, I just feel
what
like
say they watch a lot of British
let me not lie
programs?
to you. When I watch it, like, do you know Geordie Show?
Yeah.
Geordie Show, Floribama Show, Jersey Show, and then The Valley. So on MTV, like, I used to like proper sit down and watch Geordie Show in like proper like secondary, like early university. I used to watch Geordie Show, and like during my holidays, I'll just sit down and watch Geordie Show. And I noticed that at some point I would lapse into how they were talking, which is like the Cockney accent. But I knew that it wasn't not unconscious. It was one of those unconscious things that you're doing because I want to speak this particular way. So I'm doing this intentionally, but not consciously. Do you get? Yes, that happens. But now your lifestyle that, we are having a 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute conversation and you're having an accent. I think it also boils down to the fact that we see things as Nigerian as ghetto. Because why should you be ashamed of having a Nigerian accent? Why should you be ashamed of speaking the way you speak?
I feel like this is a very long conversation.
Yeah, we're reaching the end.
It's so long.
Yeah.
It is so long. But I feel like even with what's it called? Accents and stuff, people still adapt here. Like I can tell you for a fact that if I go market, and I see person when they sell something, give me, say na Igbo. Believe me,
switch it up. Code switching.
Am I mad to not switch
you
it?
Get that? That's I say good. Thank you. Code switching is also different from faking an accent.
So
I think
I will switch on because I know for a fact that this guy will feel more comfortable with me speaking his
language, and you're likely to get a better deal.
Bruh.
That's it.
So that's just it. Because even when you travel, let's say for instance now you are talking to someone that you're talking to
oh my
someone
god, I
who
do
doesn't.
that when it's
my Igbo name is
Exactly.
Chioma.
You could just it's just natural. Like to me, it's just natural. You just have to adapt.
And
for the same
switching,
thing,
but faking an accent is different. That's you've made it a lifestyle. That is not the problem.
Yeah. But then again, there are some people who just really want to have that kind of accent, right?
So is that them packaging? Like you want it. So like
aspire to
like
aspire.
I said, everything, just be honest with yourself. If you know that's how you want to talk, like then let nobody. I mean, there are people who talk like that and they've never traveled.
Yeah.
Yes, there are people who train themselves to have like British accent. There's this guy on TikTok I see all the time. He's always one guy.
Hi. In my native country, English, Nigeria. Let me tell you.
Good at it.
No, he is. No,
it's content for him. It's content for him, but he is damn good at it. So that's someone who's saying intentionally, I don't want to sound like a Nigerian. I want to make sure I have a British accent.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I don't talk openly. If I travel with Jand,
you'll have an accent.
Just wait.
But wait, before we end, there was something I wanted to.
Just wait.
There was something you said. I wanted to say something about it on this whole issue of fake life, and I think I had a conversation with Sayo yesterday about like buying duds and like buying designer.
Buying what?
Duds, like fake and buying designer. Yeah. I said it that okay, yes. Personally, I would rather buy a no-name brand, or a very common brand than to buy like a designer if I cannot like fake if I cannot afford it. But then before I used to say, okay, I mean, why are you buying fake designer now? Why not just buy the original or I mean, that's a very classic thing to say too. But like,
Yeah.
if you're not going to buy the original, just buy a nameless brand. But then I realized that if it's their money and then they want to buy it. I mean, if you want to buy Louis Vuitton,
Baba,
buy it.
that's
It's
what I'm
your
saying.
money.
You see what I said about honesty? If you are honest, nobody can tell you anything. If I did buy fake shoe, if you say now you won't tell me, and I say, Neo, why you wearing fake shoe? They Chris.
Did you
When
buy for
something
buy
I
the
bought with my
original?
money.
That's it. I don't think.
My
No,
money,
I'm not saying
that's
that's
it.
it. You just have to be honest. Honesty will give you the confidence to be what you want to be.
Honestly.
For me, it will give you the confidence to be everything you want to be.
Yeah.
So the moment you buy fake, the moment you buy, because some people go see where original self go look like fake for their body.
Yeah.
Some people go buy fake, go look at original for their body.
Yeah.
So I'm not, and as far as it's your money, you know, thief person, you know, key is your money. Bruh, I cannot judge it for you.
That's
Do
it.
what you like.
And do what
Do what
works
you
for
want.
you.
Do what works for you. Be comfortable, be honest with yourself, and you're good. If you want to wear fake, wear the fake. But you know, say the fake no go last you past 6 months.
I'm screaming.
And you know,
Actually,
But
some
that's the
face
thing.
last. I don't know.
you get. So just
But-
do you. Like at the end of the day, you just have to do you. And for me, the people that haven't carried it on their heads to want to detect whether somebody is wearing fake, whether
I feel like you don't have
now you really
It's not
get
that
work.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carry
it's not
on.
that serious.
Do your thing. You get
So
me?
I think let's round up here. So I mean, this has been interesting. Or
It's been super interesting.
Yeah.
our interpretations of fake life and packaging.
Yeah.
I think
Package, don't fake.
package don't fit.
I'm
Like
not
if we're going to advise
And if you
you,
want to fake-
if we're going to
and
give
if you want to
package,
fake,
Oh my
packaging,
God.
but I feel
Do it with
packaging is
sense,
linked to
I beg.
hard work. So work hard
Yeah.
because
That's the
sometimes
thing.
we
You
want
have
to
to-
also
you have
fake
to
it, but,
pack
like, do it
that.
with
yeah,
sense.
packaging. So we support packaging, fake life.
If you also want to
Package.
fake it, congratulations, fake
Bruh,
it.
if you
But
want
do
to
it
fake
with
it,
yours.
still
Do it with
fake it.
sense.
Ah,
If I don't do it with sense, it's your life.
What advice are we giving them to
I said
fake
there
or
are
to
people
package?
that
Anything they want to do it is your
Live
life.
your life.
Wait, see some people faking.
Thank you guys. Live your life. We'll see you on the next episode. We are your new hosts. I'm Sayo.
Package you.
I'm Oyinda. Package, don't fake. And if you want to fake, do it with
See,
sense.
live your life. Chop your life. Don't let life chop. I mean,
That's
chop
it.
life. Don't let
Let
life
life
chop
chop
you.
you.
I swear, like
That's
I
my
chop
motto.
you, man.
Enjoy your life. I beg.
That's what's up. That's what's
it.
up. All right.
Bye.
See you
Ejo
guys.
abo.
Oshe.